Do you still think that cyber insurance is only for the big guys, or that your IT guys have it all covered, or that you have coverage in your business owner's policy? If you believe these myths about cyber insurance, then you could be a sitting duck. The worst part is that cyber risk is so prevalent today, you won't even see the devastating loss coming, and then it's too late. In this video, I'm going to discuss what I call the 5 myths that small and medium-sized business owners tell themselves about cyber risks. These are my observations drawn from working with business owners and decision makers from around the country regarding cybersecurity over the past 8 or 9 years or so. If you're watching this, I hope you'll recognize that these are myths and that it gives you a reason to take action by calling me or your own broker to get cyber coverage before it's too late. Hi, I'm Coyle. Welcome to my channel, where we talk about the risk and insurance issues on the minds of business owners. As an expert business insurance broker, these videos are intended to help guide and educate decision makers to help make you a more informed insurance buyer. If I don't answer the question on your mind that brought you this video, reach out and let's connect. I'd love to hear from you. And if you find this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe. That tells YouTube that this is valuable content and helps push up my videos in the rankings. All right, so let's unpack the 5 biggest false assumptions or myths about cyber insurance that I hear from small and mid-sized business owners all the time, and why buying into any of them could be leaving you dangerously exposed. And the first myth is that we're too small to be a target. This is probably the most common myth out there and the most dangerous. Cyber criminals just don't hunt whales. They cast a very wide net, and automated bots are scanning the internet 24/7 looking for vulnerabilities, and the size of the target really doesn't matter. Today, artificial intelligence has become a powerful tool for cyber criminals, allowing them to launch highly automated, rapid-fire attacks at massive scale. What used to take hours or days to execute can now be done in seconds, scanning thousands of businesses for vulnerabilities with frightening efficiency, further putting small businesses in the crosshairs. Here's the really bad news. SMBs without cyber insurance struggle to recover from various forms of cyber attacks because they just don't have the financial or operational resilience to bounce back. Consider this just for a moment. If your business data was destroyed or stolen in an attack, what would you do? If your systems were held ransom for hundreds of thousands of dollars, how would you respond? The point is that some statistics indicate that 60% of small to medium-sized businesses fail following a cyber event. Now, that may be overblown, but even if that number were just 30%, is that a risk that's worth taking? I don't think so. So here's myth number 2. Our IT provider keeps us safe. You trust your IT team or your MSP, and you should. But here's the kicker. Most MSP contracts specifically exclude liability from cyber attacks. They may help secure your systems, but if something slips through, that's really on you. Cyber insurance steps in where your IT support stops, especially when legal, forensic, or ransom payments come into play. Myth number 3. We already have coverage in our BOP, or business owner's policy. Well, your BOP may include a tiny sliver of cyber coverage if it's endorsed, but have you looked at the actual sublimits or the scope of coverage? Things like wire fraud, ransomware, or extended business interruption are often excluded or capped at shockingly low limits. Imagine thinking you're covered, then you find out that your coverage is only $10,000 when your loss is like in 6 figures. It's not good. Myth number 4, cyber insurance is expensive. This one's flat out wrong. For many SMBs, a cyber policy can cost anywhere between $1,200 to $2,500 a year. That's a very rough estimate, but for a lot of small companies, this is what I often see in my quotes. And insurers offer better rates to companies that are very intentional about multi-factor authentication, backups, and other basic protections. Now, compare that premium to the cost of a breach and think about legal fees, public relations, data recovery, lost income, and it's really a no-brainer. Myth number 5, it's too complicated to deal with. Cyber insurance can sound complex, but that's why I'm here. Working with a broker who knows this space means that you're getting guidance in plain English. They're there to help you through the application process and confidently knowing that you're covered where it counts. The bottom line is that it's easier and more affordable than you think. Here's a few real-life examples of the risks and the costs involved. A 12-person law firm in New Jersey believed that their MSP handled all their cybersecurity issues. Then a phishing email compromised an employee's inbox, exposing sensitive client data. But their IT provider helped contain the breach, but the cleanup costs exceeded $175,000. Thankfully, they had a standalone cyber policy that covered the forensics, legal counsel, and notification expenses. Otherwise, it could have sunk them. A second example I have is that a boutique fashion retailer assumed that their business owner's policy covered cyber loss. After a ransomware attack locked up their point of sale or POS system for 5 days during the holiday rush, they discovered that their business owner's policy only had a $25,000 cyber sublimit, barely enough to cover the ransom, let alone the lost revenues, data recovery costs. They should have had proper cyber policy, which would have only cost them about $3,500 a year. And example number 3, a 30-employee SaaS startup believed that cyber insurance would cost thousands. They finally requested a quote, and they were shocked. A tailored policy with strong coverage was available for under $1,700 a year. Now they sleep better knowing their startup is protected without breaking the budget. If any of those myths or case studies I just cited sound familiar, then you're not alone. But now you know better. And if you want to know exactly where you stand, grab a copy of my Cyber Insurance Reality Check. It's a quick self-assessment. It's free, fast, and could help spot serious gaps in your protection. There's a link to it in the description box below, and I'm happy to just have you grab that resource. And if there's a topic on your mind, don't wait. My contact info is also in the description box. Let's connect, and I'll walk you through everything you need to know. That it's not that difficult. You'll sleep better knowing you're protected. Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, do me a favor and subscribe and like. Thanks.